We're up to episode 9 for the best team in Madden, and I know there's some cards you're expecting to see here, but you're not going to. Why? Let's talk about it. If you're looking to build the best team in Madden, make sure you head over to MMOEXP.com to avoid the packs and save some racks. Use code CC for 5% off. Link is in the description below. Fastest coins, cheapest coins. Use code CC. We'll see you guys on the sticks. 5% off. Be great. Hey, what is going on, Madden family? Welcome to another episode of the best team in Madden, where we go over a lineup update and we just talk about a few things. Now, last week we talked about some abilities, trying Lurker on defensive backs. We'll talk about that a little more in depth. And then we know that we obviously had a couple good cards come out this week. Michael Vick and Charles Woodson, basically. So make sure you hit the like and are subscribed. Let's get into this, okay? This is going to be a thing. Okay, so Vick, you saw we pulled him over in bundle battles. Actually, we pulled limited Vick, so I kept him and I used him, and he's not on a team anymore. That hurts. I was really looking forward to trying Vick, seeing how good he is. There was just too many things about the card that I did not like. Okay, maybe your experience is different. I wasn't going to be using Escape Artist on him, so that was sort of a knock there. Trying to use Pass Lead Elite on him and Roaming Deadeye. Now, Vick did not miss passes. Don't get me wrong. He didn't miss passes. But with Pass Lead Elite versus Gunslinger, the windup on it wasn't what I really liked. Additionally, I noticed I also got shedded a lot more with Vick. I don't know why. I didn't have a tendency to roll out. Now, I believe I played 13 games with Vick, and I only had like 80 rushing yards. So I also noticed I wasn't really running the ball with him, or scrambling at least, right? And then he did have 2 fumble 6s. One while running the ball, when I tried to slide and didn't let me slide. Another one was in the pocket, right? Josh Allen doesn't fumble in the pocket really for me. So that was a change. And I also noticed that anytime I would try to evade pressure, it threw me off. I don't know what it was. It felt like he had a bit of a stutter step on him. Either way, it was still expensive, so it was the right call to just get rid of him completely. It was just the right call. It was the right call. So that being said, who do we have? Let's take a look here. We added, obviously last week, Joe Thomas, and we added Rodney Hudson this week. And Rodney Hudson had a pretty good start. Okay. Didn't finish as strong. Again, I'm not sure if that was a Vick thing or not, because before we had Vick, he hadn't allowed a sack in the Josh Allen era. And then once Vick came aboard, he allowed a lot of sacks. Okay. We also got Jared Cook, obviously. Cordarrelle Patterson. Now let's talk about this card, okay? And we're going to go through stats and stuff too. The speed, the size, everything about this card is really, really good. Now, there was a big question about his carrying at 81. Does he fumble? Well, he actually fumbled on the very first carry I ever had with him. And he fumbled on one of the last ones, but that was a strip. It was a user strip, right? So that's completely random, not based on the card, really, in my opinion. So I'm gonna call it one fumble when we go look at the stats. But again, this card is a beast. He's the best juke in the game. For what I don't know what it is, his archetype, his size, his build, I don't know. This card is kind of glitchy. My favorite running back I've used this year, for sure. Everything about him is great. Jared Cook, obviously, tight end isn't a super integral part of our offense, but still, that's fine. So we'll look at the abilities here. Again, we did use Vick. This is our not Vick ability set. Pocket Deadeye, Roman Deadeye, Gunslinger on Josh Allen, right? Also, we could be getting like Justin Herbert Field General at 93 or some overall or something, which could be a sick card. So we'll see. Defensively, I believe the only guy we added was Charles Woodson. Okay. And obviously it looks great. 6'1". Good. Speed, the team-ishness, and then the physicality on defense, the block shed, the tackling, the hit power. Great card. Did he cause fumbles? No. Unfortunate, but he did not So we changed our abilities this week, and we did put Lurker on our outside DBs. Okay. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I saw someone comment like DBs have Lurker built in. No, they don't. It's different. In my case, isn't about animating. It's about getting the catch, right? We all have fallen victim to many dropped interceptions. So I was trying to see if we could curb that as good as possible. Jamal Adams didn't really play as much for us, so I would have to take this ability off him sort of going forward. Because Mike Haynes kind of came in to our slot cornerback about halfway through the weekend and actually played him there because he has a much better zone coverage rating than Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams, obviously the more physical card, but Mike Haynes, like the zone is just night and day difference. Special teams, obviously still rocking Justin Tucker here. We see that. Specialists, Ted Hendricks and Deablo, their sub linebackers. CP at third down running back, Derrick Henry at power back. And again, our rushing ends, no changes. We didn't change much going on there at all. Okay, we didn't. Now, actually, I need to change this to Mike Haynes. That was annoying me. I had to keep doing that substitution. But okay, get it good. And I saw someone ask about strategy cards. So we have the deep route specialist for receivers, both speed ones, and then in the zone for the DBs. And then obviously the super suit temporarily. Okay. Now, I thought Charles Woodson was probably the best corner in the game this weekend. Vick, not the best quarterback in the game. Patterson, the best running back. Jared Cook. Maybe there's an issue with Jared Cook, and we're going to talk about it. So let's start with Rodney Hudson. Why are we starting with a lineman? Well, this is part of my take on a problem that Vick had. Rodney Hudson had allowed no sacks, and he allowed 4 with Vick. And I went back and watched like replays of some of the stuff, and it was him just getting sort of beat there. Again, was it a Vick thing? I don't know. It seemed kind of odd. I don't know. Charlie Woodson here, though, this card, he played a lot. And we see here, look at this. We talk about Lurker, okay? Last week we showed you stats of interceptions and pass deflections, What do you see here with Lurker? 4 interceptions, 0 pass deflections. He never knocked the ball down. If it was thrown right at him, that was a pick. Okay? And we did have some tackles, but balls go in front of you and all sorts of other stuff there. But that was in 14 games. So not bad at all. But again, no deflections. I wouldn't have minded a fumble or something along those lines. And now we go back and let's take a look at Jalen Ramsey, who we also put Lurker on. And we see here the interceptions at 8, deflections at 5, right? Okay, forced fumble, Jalen Ramsey. Still love this card. Very, very good. Now, Ted Hendricks is still kind of like the MVP because he does everything. Look at these stats. Look at it. In 40 games, just 40 games. So it's basically only weekend league here. 65 solo tackles, 22 assists, 12 for loss, 4 sacks, 11 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, 2 pick sixes. Like, this card has done absolutely everything. It's pretty crazy. Great card. With Lurker, great card. Mike Haynes, I felt like he played a bit better in the slot for us this week as well. Going over his stats, obviously a little skewed here, but again, he's got some picks, some pick sixes and all that. 54 games, picks. All right, that's fine. I like the way he played. Well, let's talk about this card. Okay, so Justin Tucker, who's a very expensive kicker. Now, we haven't missed a kick, right? I missed a kick with him. The longest is 56. I don't know if he can kick further, but that's the longest I've ever to kick from. But one of the big things too is look, the kickoffs and touchbacks there. Like half the time, it's at least a touchback. So And I'm not a fullback kicker, so that's good to me. But Josh Allen coming back into play. We'll try him out this week again. Let's look at Jared Cook. So, receiving. Again, this isn't a ton of stuff here. 27 total games, right? A catch a game, right? Not bad. He's done fine. I feel like, and I wish you could see it in here. I feel like he's not a great lay fade blocker or something along those lines. I don't know, what's his pass block at? I never really looked at it. 61, 63. I don't know. I felt like he got beat a couple times where he probably just like really beat. Okay, regardless. And then Patterson is obviously the big card of the week. The best offensive card that came out this week, for sure. Okay. Now, again, we're going to look at this, and I'm not a big runner necessarily, right? So we see here in 27 games, we've given him 106 carries. So 4 carries a game, 6 rushing touchdowns, 2 fumbles. Again, we talked about the 2 fumbles, but broken tackles, 14 broken tackles and 106 attempts is good. The longest rush yards per carry, right around 6. Longest rushing yards after first hit. It's good card, but then again, he catches the ball a lot for us as well. Again, 27 games. Not every game is he getting a bunch of catches. Sometimes people really key in on this, but I like this card. I feel like the broken tackle numbers on these are wrong as well, but this card is really good. I'm definitely going to. It's going to take a lot to get rid of him. The only other card that everyone should have this card, and I finally picked it up on the Nobody Spend team. Deablo is, again, such a do-it-all player. 114 games, but we see the numbers here. The tackles, he's got some sacks for us. 23 picks, 13 deflections, 4 forced fumbles, 8 pick sixes. You gotta have Deablo, guys, okay? Like, I know you probably do, but if you don't, please go get this card. He does absolutely everything very well. That's supposed to, like, him and Ted Hendricks are my linebacker users, but I also user the slot DBs a lot as well. Someone like Jack Tatum got a lot more run this week for us. And again, you see a lot of these different numbers here for him from the way that I play with the slot. 65 games, 10 sacks, 30 tackles for loss. Again, that's me shooting the run there. 8 picks, 2 forced fumbles. Jack Tatum played well, man. He misses a couple picks because he's a little short, but still really good cards overall. Our pass rush was a little weak this week. I didn't blitz a lot. I didn't send a lot of stuff to get pressure. So that's on me. That always falls down on me. And then we'll look at Kam again here because Kam's been on the team almost the longest now, 114 games. And we see what he's done. 24 picks with the 15 deflections, right? So we'll see. Vick's just not for me. Maybe he's for you. I feel like I need Gunslinger. I like to pass the ball way too much. I'm not a big scrambler. I wanted to make it work. I really wanted to make it work with Vick. But for a million coins or whatever I ended up selling him for, it just didn't make any sense to keep him, man. I hate saying that. I really hate saying that, but it didn't make any sense. Plus, we've got a promo coming up. There's no need to have a card that expensive added to our coin count, which we do need because, again, we don't want to keep having to go bundle, right? So either way, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much. Be great. I love you guys, and I'm out. Peace.